Hey you guys, so today we're going to do a deluxe brow shaping and tint, and if this is your first time here, my name is Ali Yamaguchi and I create content for permanent makeup artists. Today I'm going to be using Natural Brown by Brow Co to tint my clients' eyebrows. I start by putting a pea-sized amount in the mixing bowl to 2 drops of developer. My brush of choice is very thin, sleek, and angled as you can see, and it's perfect for precision application. I'm going to start by laying the tint 2/4 of an inch back from the head of the eyebrow. The goal is to create a gradient, leaving the front of the brow or the head of the brow very soft, while the tail and the body of the brow is more dense. As I lay the tint, I'm working along the bottom part of the brow and I'm pressing into the skin. When I tint, I break the brows down into 3 portions. I do the lower half of the brow on each side, and then I will do the top portion of the brow on each side, and then I will do the head of the brow. I go back and forth between both brows throughout the entire service so that I don't oversaturate one brow more than the other. When I first started tinting, I noticed that one brow would always be darker than the other, or the head of the brow would be just as dark as the rest of the eyebrow, or not dark enough. So as time progressed, I kind of went on doing different things and figuring out what worked best for me. And I find that every time I use this technique, I get a nice, even final result. Now that we've finished laying our tint, I'm going to go in with Beautiful Brow and Lashes Tint Remover, and I am going to use a thin Q-tip and remove any tint that falls outside of the desired shape for the client. You want to be sure to make sure that your Q-tip is parallel with the eyebrow and that you're moving slowly so that you don't go into the design that you've created or smudge. Another pro tip of mine is that even after I've gotten my shape or my tint on the skin, I'm pressing the tint into the skin throughout the duration of the service to ensure that there are no spots, it's not blotchy, and that we get a nice even lay with the tint. Now please note, everybody does their services differently. Some people tint first, wax second, some people will wax and then tint. Me personally, I like to precision tint and then I like to go in and wax because that wax really gives you a nice defined brow. Plus, it picks up any tint that might have fallen outside of the shape that we've created. Another thing that I like to do is go in and remove the head of the brow a little sooner than the rest of the brow because again, you want your eyebrow to have that gradient effect. And if I notice that the front of the brow is too light, then I'll go in and apply another layer of tint, but the goal is to have that front of the brow nice and soft and the body and the tail a little more dense and vibrant than the front. One thing that I like about Brow Co's tint is the texture. I like how it's thick, and also while it's developing and oxidizing, it definitely has a thicker texture to it, and you know it's time to remove it. To remove the tint, I like to go in with a lip brush and some tint remover and break down the product. This makes it easier to remove with a cotton round. Once you've removed the tint from the brows, you'll notice that some little pesky hairs are going to be hanging out. So I love to go in with some tweezers and just remove any little hairs that may be hanging outside of the design so that we get precision. Lastly, to really define the brows, I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer and an angled brush and my clear palette, and I'm going to apply a thin layer of concealer underneath the bottom of the brow. This will really define the shape and bring out the tint and have my client's brows looking flawless. Once you've applied that thin layer, you can go in with your angled brush and slowly do back and forth motions to blend in the concealer, but I like to go in with a clean lip brush and really smooth it out so that it's really defined with no harsh lines. As we finish up these brows, I want to thank you guys for watching and tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please drop them below. And then lastly, please note everybody is different. We all do our services differently, but this is how I perform the deluxe brow shaping and tint service.